Okie dokie, guys. Alright, today I'm going to be doing a redo of the Hobbies KK Multicopter version 5.5 control board. I'm going to be doing a redo on how to program that. So, I got my laptop here to program it, and I'm actually going to be putting this thing on a tricopter, sort of like David Windestools from rcexplorers.se. Check out their site, they got some awesome stuff up there. And for obviously some of the guys you guys know, for a tricopter you have a controllable third motor which controls your yaw. For the servo for that, I highly recommend this servo. I've used it on multiple others. Is the E-Flight Ultra Micro or Sub Micro. This is all depending on what size tricopter you have too. But the size I'm building is this Ultra Micro digital servo. Works great. Plenty of power and very smooth on the controls. So I'm just going to open up my programming card right here. Take that out. And for those guys that have watched my other video, I already talked about how Josh said and stuff like that, but I'm not sure what happened with my camera, and I'm not sure if it's going to happen again. But so first what you're going to want to do is actually, let me grab the camera real quick. Take you guys over here. This should work out a little bit better. Let me turn that light back on. Okie dokie. That shows it a little bit better. So, for this now, actually, let's try this. Face that, not 100% into the light, but pretty close to it. There, that's a little bit more clear. Not 100% into the lights. That, okay. So what you're gonna want to do is go to www.kkmulticopter.com and go to there's software files and download KK Multicopter Flash Tool, and I have this one already downloaded on, and this really helps because it'll save you money in the end. So you're going to open this up. It's going to come up with a drive menu right here. So you're going to have up top here, you can see my mouse right there, it'll say lib. You don't want that. What you're going to keep going down until you have KK Multicopter Flash Tool with a Windows command system on it. It's going to come up with a thing that asks you, do you want to run this program? You're going to hit yes. Okay, it's going to come up with this screen here, and then soon after that it's going to come up with this screen here right there. So I'm going to go full screen on this screen, and this is the screen that you're going to do all your work with. So this screen here you're going to do most of your work with. So at this time here, you can now take your version 5 KK board and plug them into the command port, and then plug that in. Let's do this around my computer. Plug that in, and when you plug it in, you're going to see the light flash on it. Alright, that's saying it is now ready. Then you can now go under here, under leave everything up top, the same, but you come under here, all types of firmware. I want to do a tricopter. So I'm going to go down right here, tricopter. It has different ones like single copter, quadcopter, power tower, open arrow, flying wing, all different types. So I'm going to go tricopter. You have tricopter version 2.9 by or XX Control KR by Kin Soo Kim. There's a whole bunch of different ones all by the same guy or person. So I'm going to select the 2.9 version, and then simple as that. Oh, and if you're running the version 5.5, you don't want to leave this stock. You want to go to choose your controller. You want to go to, like right now, I don't know why it came up as KK Blackboard 168 16 KB flash rate. You don't want that. You want to go to KK Plus 5.5 D/E at a 16 kilobyte flash rate. You want to go on to that. Now that you're gonna have to redo and go in and redo a tricopter, but that's not that bad. So I want to do tricopter. Alrighty. So now I have my tricopter set up. Now all they're gonna do is go over here, and there will be a little arrow that is set up that has a little green thing here. You're gonna press that, and now it's flashing your board with all the firmware, and you can actually see it writing it. It's writing, thank you. It says flashing of firmware was successful. Okay, so flashing of firmware was successful. This board now can be used for a tricopter. And what's nice though is this little, so now you can actually exit out of this and unplug it. But what's nice though is these boards here, I believe, are roughly the version 5.5 boards are roughly, I think, 80 bucks, I want to say. So you know, they're decently expensive. You don't want to keep buying a whole bunch of them. So what's nice though is buying this $5 little USB ASP adapter for $5 from Hobby King will save you 80 or 90 bucks at the end, because you won't have to buy another KK board. And what's nice though is you can flash this, you can write your own firmware to it and everything. So that's pretty nice. So I'm gonna set you guys back up. So other ups to this setup is that when you originally buy this board, you will not get the USB ASP driver, I guess you could call it, communicator, with the board. I don't know why they don't package it. I guess to get more money, but I happen to get it with mine because I bought a 09H007 230mm black KK board quadcopter right here. So I will be finding this some more. This is going to be good for little cameras, but right now I'm working on also building a tricopter. So just like the one that David Windestool flies. So either way, it's going to turn out pretty well. Because all I'm going to be working on is just to do some FPV footage. So this right here does actually produce quite stable flight. I know some people say like, oh well, if you have a KK board, they aren't the top quality. You're right, they aren't. But these do a very good job on what they are doing. It takes the complicated aspect right out of flight. I mean, you let go of the controls. If you have it in, I want to say stabilization mode. I do not know how to enter that yet. I will do another tutorial on how to do that. But if you have it in stabilization mode, it will stabilize itself and go right into a hover. If you have it on acro mode, obviously that's when you can be doing flips, spirals, verticals, stuff like that. But that's not for me just yet. But again, this thing will be built with the standard electronics. I will be using GT750 motors from Hobby King. They are, I want to say 750 kV or 800 kV, not sure, but they are, for 14 bucks, I think that's a great deal. Even though they aren't top quality, you know, why spend, I understand like you'll get better runtime, better performance, everything, but yet, I mean, why spend 80 bucks for a motor that's going to go in a quadcopter that you would guaranteed to crash, or three $14 motors in it that do the same things, produce the same power, just might not last as long. So I will get a build video on that and a tutorial on how to go into acro mode and stabilization mode. I'm pretty sure you can just do that from your remote, which I'm using the FlySky FS TH9X, which is equal to the Turnigy 9X, which is nice. This remote right now is actually controlling my micro drone plane right here. Not the prettiest plane, but it flies very nice. Can take off in snow anywhere, take off in gravel. So I will be taking the transmitter out of that, the receiver out of that, and putting it on this quadcopter. So thank you guys for watching. Please rate my video and subscribe to my channel. Awesome guys, thank you.